Even as something as pansy as a unicorn, this statue looks epic. Whatever. Hello, everyone. I am the Purple 17, and I would like to welcome you back to the Wizard101 walkthrough. Now, before we begin, I'll have to apologize for my last video, in which my voice was severely strained. If you haven't already noticed, found out, when I first started the Wizard101, I can't talk. When I first started the Wizard101 walkthrough, I recorded all the videos that are up right now in one sitting. So my voice got really, really strained, and I couldn't talk, and it hurt to talk. And yeah. So, here I am. And I'm going to actually explain some things this time. So first off, I would like to explain about what this means. What it means to be a necromancer. So yeah, remember that test that we took in the very first part? And the school we got was death? Well, something I never mentioned was that there are 7 different schools in this game. Yeah, that's something you should mention in the very first part, but yeah, I fucked up. Or should I say I messed up? I shouldn't be using profanity. It's really not good. But anyway, let me explain the 7 schools now. Depending on how you answered the questions in the Book of Secrets, depends on what school you get. So, there are 7 different schools: fire, ice, storm, life, death, myth, and balanced. So, the fire school has some of the strongest spells in the game. And excuse me for a second. I hate getting interrupted. Anyway, like I was saying, the fire school has some of the strongest spells in the game. However, they have some of the lowest health in the game, and their spells will fizzle quite often. And if you didn't already know, fizzle means to fail to cast. The fire school uses a special mechanic known as dots, which are in any RPG. They stand for damage over time, or MMO rather. The storm school is the absolute strongest school in the game, has the least amount of health, has the highest fizzle rating, and especially simply high damage. The ice school is the tank role of the game. They get high resistances from their gear. They have the most amount of health. They have an average rate to fizzle, and their spells are the weakest of any. Moving on, excuse me. I should really be doing something while I'm talking. Moving on, the life school. Life is self-explanatory. The life school is the healing school in the game. They have all the healing cards. They have the second most amount of health, and they have the highest chance to not fizzle. The death school is the school we are. They're self-explanatory. They summon the power of the dead. They have access to drains. They have a moderate chance to fizzle. And, well, that's about it. I'm going through these really quickly because I want to be time efficient. The myth school is one of the most interesting schools. The myth school has a quite average chance to fizzle. They have an average amount of health, and their special ability is the ability to summon minions. Minions are entities that'll help you in the battle. They're basically like NPCs. And finally, balance, the final of the schools. Balance. Well, balance is a very complicated school. Anyway, balance uses the power of all the other schools. It has a moderate fizzle rate. It has fairly high health. And their specialty is using damage and spells from other schools. So those are the 7 schools. And like I already said, depending on the questions you answered in the Book of Secrets, depends on which type of school you get. And yeah. So now that I'm done explaining all that, let's actually start fighting. Because I think I've spent like I think I spent like 4 or 5 minutes talking, which isn't good. Because if I do keep doing stuff like that, this walkthrough will never get finished. Never! Never. So as we have on our current quest, we have to go visit Private Stilton. No, it's Private Orion. Stilton was the first guy we met. And this is his house right here. By the way, like if I haven't already explained, I cannot talk over character voices. Because even though on YouTube you make the character's the character's speech may not seem loud at all, it is actually very loud on my end. So their voices are actually overpowering me, so I cannot talk at all.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? It's good to be back at my old house now that I've cleared it of skeletal pirates. Unfortunately now there are too many outside, and I'm stuck. If you defeat enough of those skeletal pirates, I can make a run for it. You'd be a lifesaver.
I guess Private Orion doesn't know how to use the sidewalks. If he just simply did that, he would never get into a fight with a skeletal pirate. In fact, that's how we got here. I'm just gonna leave the chest alone. So yeah, let's get into a quick battle with some skeletal pirates. They don't have to be right in front of his house, they can actually be anywhere. Which I don't really understand. But that's how it works, and don't touch a Dark Fairy. So let's go and fight one, and... Okay. I see a pet. Yeah, these are pets. They're small things that I will explain later, but I don't see a wizard. Hello, little friend. Where might your master be? Do you want to come live with me? Answer me, you stupid dog! Okay, whatever. Let's get on with what we were doing and fight some Mistwood! Yes, we're going to fight some Mistwood. Mistwood is a reagent. I'll explain what those are in a bit. Well, when I actually have more time, because I'm running out of time on the video. And there's something else I would like to explain. Whenever we fight a new enemy, like this skeletal pirate, I'll have a biome of the enemy on bleh. I'll have a biome of what the enemy... I'll have a biome of what the enemy can do, what spells they pass, their health, some stats appear on the screen. And things like that. So if you need to know anything about them, you'll get to know that without me blabbering on. So let's fight one more. And don't walk into anyone else's battle. Let's go find a pirate to fight. And let's kill it quickly. And... oh my god, someone else joined in. So I guess I better wrap things up right here. Because I'm running out of time. So next time on the Wizard101 walkthrough, I will attempt to not stutter and actually make progress. I'll see you all then.